If you're gonna live in Bangkok, the expat community, they are going to charge you more. They're gonna charge you more. If you're gonna ask me anything about work and income and how to do this in Bangkok, Thailand, or any other country, I'm always gonna tell you. A lot of people like to say Thailand is cheap. Very nice, it's very clean. Very true. Oh, you can live on $1,000. I barely ever heard a screaming child. Pumpkin spice with the red and the orange and the yellow leaves, and most thrilling option. Generally speaking, Bangkok is just my opinion. Bangkok does have great infrastructure, but the way that Americans treat foreigners, I guess. I feel like it's time we had a talk, a reality check. Listen. Hi, hey, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Chloe. I am on my way out, but I wanted to record this for you because I feel like it's time we had a talk about the things that you need to know before you make it over to Bangkok, Thailand. So these are 15 things that I don't think are talked about enough. Number one is visas. I should have posted a video already explaining the different visas that Thailand offers and the most popular ones that Americans will obtain. If I have posted that already, I will put the link in the description. But a reality check about visas. Okay, so visas are only for a limited duration, depending on which visa you obtain. If you're on a retirement visa or a long-term visa, of course, that's going to be 10 years. If you're on a DTV, that's going to be 5 years. But if you cannot obtain those and you're on a different type of visa, like a tourist visa, it's only 3 to 6 months. So you will have to do what is called visa runs. This is when you take a trip to another country and come back into Thailand to reset and get a new visa. I will also say that at a certain point, it has not happened to me, but I do know that it does happen. If you keep going in and out, in and out, in and out, that is going to raise some flags with the Thai government. So I would be extra careful when you're trying to plan for your visa runs. When I began planning my move abroad, I had so many questions. How much does it actually cost to live overseas? How do I go about finding housing? And what am I going to do about income? I've been through it all, and I'm aware so many of you have some of the same questions. So I created assistance for you in the form of digital products to help you along your journey. This is going to be guides. This is going to be checklists. There's a link down below in the description where you'll find assistance with what to do to prepare, finding the right neighborhood, and securing housing, even how to earn income online so you don't feel stuck. If you have been called to move, it is better to start preparing now. You'll save time, money, and so much stress the earlier you begin. Again, the link is below. Let these tools I've created for you assist you on your journey to freedom. Okay, so the second thing on the list is cost of living. Yes, like I was just talking about, it is not as expensive as America and or the States, but heavy on the butt. Heavy on the butt. Thailand can be more expensive than you initially thought it would be. For example, yes, you can live on a very low amount of money a month. I'm not going to say, oh, you can live on 500, 600, 700, 1,000. I'm not going to set an amount because everyone is different. Everyone lives differently. So, for example, if I say, oh, you can live on $1,000, and someone that has a certain lifestyle, they come and try to live, within those means are going to think, oh, well, Chloe was lying. No. What I will say is, yes, you can live comfortably for less than what you're currently living on in the United States at this moment, right? But in the same breath, it depends on how you live. So if you are attached to and very stuck on Western brands that is food, that is personal hygiene, that is clothing, especially clothing, that is shoes. You will pay. You will pay for those Western comforts. So I would say if you would like to keep your expenses low, get used to Thai life. Get used to the way the locals live. Start finding out about where the locals eat, where they buy their clothes, where they shop for their food. Thailand can easily be, you can easily live the same type of life that you were living in the States as far as your monetary obligations. So I would be mindful of that. As an extra tidbit, a lot of people like to say Thailand is cheap. I do not like using that word when describing other countries outside of the West. Expensive and cheap are subjective words. So I think cost effective works a little bit better when trying to get your point across to explain that it's easier on the pockets. And I think just from some of the comments that I've had on my videos and having conversations with Thai people, I think they would appreciate the words cost effective as well as opposed to cheap, just so you know. Okay, third thing is healthcare. Personally, I have not utilized the Thai healthcare system, so I cannot speak to this incredibly intelligently, but what I can tell you is from what I have seen and heard, and I'm sure if you've been doing your due diligence, you have seen and heard these things as well. But from what I have seen and heard, the healthcare system is a little bit quicker than what it is in the United States, and it's also a lot more affordable. A lot more affordable. There are insurance companies. There's a great one. I'm not going to promote them because I'm going to promote any company. I have to be sponsored, right? And I'm not sponsored by anyone at the moment, but I will tell you, if you've been researching, I'm sure you've heard of insurance companies, health insurance companies, and other people's videos. But there are health insurance plans for you that are a small fraction of what you would be paying in the States with basically the same amount of care and other perks. So I would look into your healthcare options or health insurance options. But from what I see and hear, the hospitals, the private hospitals are where you want to go. And they are world class from what I know. So you do have that to look forward to. I think a lot of people think when they hear anything in Asia or Southeast Asia that the quality of care is just not up to par with America. But I mean, I'm not even going to get on that as far as American healthcare, but yes, world class from what I hear. So the fourth thing is weather. Bangkok is hot, hun. All right. Bangkok is hot. So you can forget the sweaters. You can forget the sweater dresses. You can forget the boots. You do not need any of that. Scarves, gloves. You do not need it. You do not need it. Not even in the fall and winter months. You do not need it. Bangkok is very hot, very humid, and rainy. So yes, just prepare for that. You're not going to get the pumpkin spice with the red and the orange and the yellow leaves and I'm frolicking in this big pile of leaves. You're not going to get that. You're not getting that, hun. It's hot, okay? Number 5 is the language barrier. So, different country, different official language. You should know that. Yes, Bangkok is an expat hub. Yes, there are people from all over the world in Bangkok. Very true. Yes, Bangkok knows that it's a top travel destination. So they tend to cater to their travelers, tourists, and expats. Hello, bruh. But I will say this. Although there are many conveniences that cater to and take tourists and travelers in mind, please understand and do not forget that you are in a different country. Okay, so there is going to be a language barrier. I would highly suggest that you download the Google Translate app. I'll put a little icon here for the app icon. And or invest in translator earbuds. Again, I'm not going to promote any brand because I'm not sponsored. But you can find them on Amazon. I've seen them for like $40 or something. So a lot of the official documentation, the official websites, when you really have to do something officially, it's not going to be in English. It's going to be in Thai. Like your rental contract, your lease, your rental contract for wherever you're going to live. When you go and submit your visa documentation, like for me, I had the e-visa, everything was in Thai. So just keep that in mind, okay? Two things I want to point out about the Thai culture that I learned. Number one, saving face is everything to Thailand. Saving face is everything, meaning that Thai people are very slow to anger, slow to have any type of disagreement with anyone or to embarrass you or themselves in public. This is part of the reason why Thailand has a reputation for the land of smiles, because smiling is their thing. Also, understand, a smile just doesn't always mean someone is happy. It doesn't always mean it's a sign of approval. Thai people are still people. They have feelings too. They are not robots. So, yes, it is the land of smiles, but that is just their culture. In their culture, smiling is everything. That is what they do. They do it when they're annoyed. They do it when they're displeased. They do it, when they're happy. It's not an automatic sign of approval or happiness. Remember that. It's just part of their culture. It's just something that they do, okay? So I would keep that in mind when you're interacting with Thai people. And just remember that they are also people. Thai people are not here to serve you. I mean, unless they're in a service capacity, they're a valet or they're a waitress or a waiter or something like that. But this is their country. This is their country. You are the foreigner. I would never say that they treat foreigners in their country the way that Americans treat foreigners. I would never say that. It's nothing close to that at all. But I would say, understand that this is their country. You are a visitor. You are the foreigner. You are the immigrant. They have their own laws. They have their own rules. And it is imperative that before you come to this country, that you research their laws, their rules, their culture, see where you can fit in, see what the do's and don'ts are, just to remain respectful to this country and their people. They do not have to let you in. They're not mandated to let anybody into their country, but they're letting you in. Researching their laws, their rules, their regulations, that is a sign of respect. Keep that in mind. Also, when it comes to the king, Thai people do not speak ill of their king at all. I know, and of course in America, it's very normal for us to speak about the president any way we please, right? The way that we speak about the president, depends on the setting we're in, but generally speaking, we speak the way we please. It is not the same in Thailand. So, understand that as well. You don't have to do anything I say. You are a grown adult. In the same breath, if you're going to come all the way across the world to be in a different country, it makes sense for you to want to know these things so you can behave in a way that is deemed to be appropriate by their people. Just my opinion. ATM, banking, money transfers, money period. When you arrive in Thailand and you take money out of the ATM, because Thailand is heavy on cash transactions, you can pay with other methods like QR code, but it is heavy on cash transactions. When you are making a withdrawal at the ATM, don't forget your card. I have done this. I've gotten like 2 steps away from the ATM and forgotten my card. Don't forget your card in the ATM, okay? Please don't forget your card. Also, the transaction fees tend to be rather high. So ensure that when you are making a withdrawal, that you are withdrawing a substantial amount, large amounts, instead of, going to withdraw $10, $20. You want to make sure you're withdrawing a larger amount so you don't have to pay so many high transaction fees. Another app that will be very good for you to download is Wise. I'll put the app icon here. Wise is amazing. I use it now to pay my rent. It's a money transfer app, so it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's similar to Cash App, I guess. Number 8 has to do with finding housing. I've seen some comments asking me about the realtor that I use, so I will insert her information down in the description below. Her name is Tanya Rott. She goes by Tanya. But in the same breath, I would not rely on one realtor, or I should say agent. I would not rely on one agent. I would talk to different types of agents and see how you like their working style. Some agents and agencies will take longer than others to reply to you. Some of them, you ask them about units or properties and they'll only want to push and show you properties that they have listed. So I would get in touch with multiple agents and see how you jive with them, where you can find agents. So when I was doing my search, I was looking for units on Fazwas and DD Property. Those were the two websites that I used primarily. Fazwas is owned by, I think it's owned by Americans. It's very, very, very similar to Zillow. And DD Property, I want to say it's a Thai site. I will also say when you're browsing these sites, if when you pull these sites up, it goes straight to Thai in the browser bar and the search bar where the URL goes, there's going to be a button there somewhere where you can translate it to English. Some computers will ask you if you want it to always translate to English when you go to that site. If you can't find it, this is where Google Translate comes into play. You can use it for this. It just helps if you already have a translator on the site, but you could hold up your phone, position your phone up to your computer screen, and Google Translate will translate in real time. So Fazwas and DD Property were the sites that I used to search for units that I was interested in. Number 8 is transportation. So you have options, okay? If you don't bring your car over, which I don't think it makes sense to bring a car over, you do what you want, but there's many transportation options. So unlike in the States, Thailand, specifically Bangkok, they think about their people when it comes to transportation. So you have different options. My favorite is the BTS. This is the public sky train system. I don't remember the times that it runs, but I'll put the times right here. It's very nice. It's very clean. It does not stink. The people don't stink. There's no rats. There's no kittens or cats. There's no food spills. I barely ever heard a screaming child. It's very calm. It's very chill. This is what everyone's doing on the SkyTrain. Everyone is on their phone. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. So BTS is the main option for me. That was my option that I like to use basically all the time. And the fare is very reasonable. I would go from En Nut to Phaya Thai is 47 baht. Yeah, 47 baht. So it's very good on the pockets. And it's faster because Bangkok has a lot of traffic and the SkyTrain just bypasses all of that. So great option. You also have the MRT. I have never taken the MRT, but it is an option. The MRT is the subway system. Very similar to the BTS, but it's just underground. So you do have that as an option as well. I think somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say the number one way to get around that most people use is Grab, the motorbikes. They are great. They zip through the traffic too, but they are a part of the traffic. So if you're trying to get somewhere quick, I think the BTS or the MRT is your best option, but the motorbikes are your most thrilling option. I will say, if you have lower back problems, I would probably limit the Grab motorbike rides. Bangkok does have great infrastructure, but there are still, bumps in the road and it's not really good on the back. Speaking of that, tuk-tuks, they're another option as well. Tuk-tuks are horrible for the back, okay? Horrible for the back. Listen, it's a no, okay? For me, I took one tuk-tuk ride and that was one too many. It was just a no for me, but they're fun too. It's just, I think tuk-tuks are worse on the back than the motorbikes from my experience. But yeah, so those are your transportation options. Okay, food and dining. So if you want to keep costs low, street food is going to be your best bet. I know Terminal 21 is pretty low on food costs as well if you want to eat there. But there are, of course, there are more luxurious options in Bangkok. Like the mall that I went to, Icon Siam, or I'm sorry, somebody corrected me in the comments. It's not Icon Siam, it's Icon Siam. I'll put that here or here and in the description for you to check out. They have great eating options or dining options as well. Gaysorn Village. Yes, if you want the upscale dining options, go to Gaysorn Village for sure. I mean, there's street food to Gaysorn and everything in between. Be prepared. I know you've heard about this before, but be prepared for the spice, okay? Thai people definitely season their food. They season their food. And they do add spice. So I would say if you have never had Thai food and you're in the States, go to a Thai restaurant, order something, and try out the spice levels. Most people are like 1 to 2. I think most expats are like 1 to 2. I'm a 3. I would start with either no spice or 1 just so you can see how it is, get a feel for how it is. God, this bra, it just wants to show. It really wants to be a part of the video. Oh my God. Wow. Like it really wants to be in the video. Number 11, community and expats. Moving overseas, deciding to move to a different country, it's a huge step, a huge change in life. So one thing that may help you out is connecting to other expats who are going through the same thing as you, who have gone through what you've gone through, who can offer you some more advice. And this is where Facebook groups come in very handy. I joined more than a few of them before I came over, and they helped me out so much. Some of the search terms would be Thailand expats, Bangkok expats, search things like that. And join those groups, introduce yourself, and start to make connections there. It feels better when you are familiar with people, not just on YouTube, but the expat community. I would say it would really help if you could build a community before coming over to Bangkok and or Thailand. Facebook is the perfect place to start with community, building that community. Number 12, safety. Generally speaking, Bangkok is rather safe in my experience. I have seen very young children walking to school by themselves in the morning. They are walking by themselves at night when it's dark. Women are safe to walk around at night when it's dark. It's very different. I will say though, as far as safety is concerned, watch out for scams. There are scams as far as transportation is concerned, taxis and such. People telling you that they're gonna take you on a certain tourist package and you end up going to little shops where their friends own the shops and you're expected to buy something at each one of these shops. Just watch out for scams. Use your common sense. Generally speaking, Bangkok is a safe place. Number 13, work and income. Most people who are working in Thailand are either digital nomads, they're working as English language teachers, or they work for a company, a big corporate company, and the company sent them to Bangkok on location. Generally speaking, it is not easy to work outside of those realms in Thailand. So if you're looking to move, I would say start your own business. Start your own business. Honestly, truthfully, personally, I do not believe in being on anybody's wheel. I believe in creating your own wheel and working for yourself. So yes, you can get a remote job and move to Thailand, but I will always tell you, this channel here, I will always tell you to start your own business. Always. There are other avenues, but yeah, I'm always going to advocate for owning your own, starting your own, being your own boss. That is the way as far as I'm concerned. But if you want to know about remote work opportunities and how you can get a remote job, there are plenty of other channels that will talk about that. If you're going to ask me anything about work and income and how to do this in Bangkok, Thailand, or any other country, I'm always going to tell you to start your own business. Always. Number 14, internet and SIM cards. Very affordable. Very affordable. Extremely affordable. My internet was, I think my internet was like $30 if I'm not mistaken. I don't have my budget in front of me right now, but editing Chloe put my internet bill up here. And I had True. True and AIS are the main providers. AIS wasn't available in my building, so I had True. You're also going to need an eSIM. You guys know how I feel about shouting out brands. I do not have a sponsorship from any eSIM company or brand, so I'm not going to shout anyone out, but there are more than a few that you can choose from. I will say, ensure that you have your eSIM purchased and on your phone prior to coming to Thailand. You don't want to wait until you get to the airport and you are trying to get an eSIM in the airport. They are going to charge you more. They're going to charge you more. So make sure that you have that handled before you come over. And it doesn't take that long to do. Just Google eSIMs and the companies will pop up. You just put the information in and you have your eSIM. So yes, very affordable. Number 15, daily surprises. If you're going to live in Bangkok, you have to get used to the dogs and the cats. You have to get used to them. You have to. They're going to be out and about and nobody bothers them. And they don't bother anybody. They just do their thing. They do their own thing. They walk around. They lay around. They're not going to come up and bite you or chase you or anything. They're just sabai, sabai. Sabai, sabai. It's a cultural saying in Bangkok, or I think it's across Thailand, but basically it's similar to like Hakuna Matata. Like you're just chilling, you know, just like in Spanish, the Mexican culture, it's a la moda, you know. In Thailand, it's sabai sabai. You know, that's the dogs and the cats. They're chilling. They're chilling. Don't worry about them. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to mess with you. I will say with the cats in Bangkok, a lot of them will have their tails like, it looks like their tails are clipped, you know, like somebody cut their tails off. They're really short. But I researched that, and yes, while some of them may have had their tails clipped, that is normal for cats in Bangkok to have short tails. It's just kind of a thing that happened over time, you know, evolution, mutations. So yeah, something to be aware of. What's some other daily surprises? Also, if you are going to live in an area that is very popular, an area that has a lot of traffic, understand that when you open your window, it does not matter what floor you're on. When you open your window, you're going to hear everything. You will hear the whistles. You will hear the horns honking. You will hear the people, you know, screaming or talking or whatever. You will hear everything, okay? So if you're going to live in the city center, like basically anywhere off of Sukhumvit, you will hear it. BTS noise, especially if you live close to the BTS, you will hear that. Just keep that in mind. And that's it, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this video, for things a lot of people don't really talk about before moving to Bangkok. I really hope that you found some value in this video. Thank you so much for watching. You know, I appreciate your likes. I read all your comments. I love when you subscribe. So if you like my vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Join the community. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Testing. Okay. I'm not going to give you this really... Like, why? What do you call it? Me, my first listicle. Let's go.